Years ago, when I was still in Brazil, I had panic attacks and I took antidepressants for it, which helped me in the beginning, but it was so hard for me to disattach from it and believe that I could live without it. So I just didn't want to go through that moment again.
No, we all want the same thing, and that is we want to be happy, we want to be well, we want the people around us to be happy and well. And suddenly, or over a period of time, maybe we find out we've been coping pretty well, but we're not really happy.
That's when I decided to, look for other ways I could heal myself and empower myself and have my life back without taking antidepressants or pills to lose weight. So I started reading, books, and that's when I came across the book Artificial Happiness from Dr. Dwork.
People with clinical depression are ill. They are sick. They need to be treated with medication. My concern is that people with everyday unhappiness are being treated with medication. The two are very different.
He explained in that book in a really powerful way that, a lot of us and a lot of women especially, we are taking antidepressants and doctors are prescribing antidepressants, trying to help us, but truly a lot of us, we are going through everyday unhappiness.
There are 9 criteria for clinical depression or major depression. In order to get the diagnosis, you have to satisfy 5 of the 9 criteria. And that's not just feeling blue, you also have to have some physical signs and symptoms. For example, severe weight loss or severe weight gain, difficulty sleeping, very significant difficulty sleeping. Also something called psychomotor retardation, which is a slowness of movement. It's not just feeling unhappy, but there are also the physical signs and symptoms. And if you have that and you meet the criteria for clinical depression, you should be treated with medication.
We are just going through really hard moments in our life. So that's when I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just going through a really hard time. It's just an unhappy moment of my life.
People in the United States are being treated with medication, whether or not they have minor depression or major depression. They are being treated with medication at the same rate. And so you can crunch the numbers and realize that roughly the 1 out of 4 Americans being treated with medication, they are suffering not from major depression, but from minor depression.
I have the right to be sad. I lost my father, I lost my life that I used to have, I lost my body, I lost my identity, and I'm not gonna mask that. That's what I'm going through. And nobody's gonna take from me the right to feel what life is bringing for me to feel, because there is a gift in it, and I'm gonna find it.
Face your own demons, and we all have them. I would say to the women that it's better to face them to push them away.
When Luisa was born, was one of the happiest days of my life, but a few hours later, the nurse opened the door and said that she stopped breathing, and they took her to the intensive care. So I remember that I was in shock. At the time, my father was already dying, being really sick in Brazil, and my pregnancy was hard because, I didn't know many people and didn't know if I would be able to work again or how I would get my life back. And I remember that in the hospital, they gave me a beautiful bag with a lot of, cute products, but about, how to take care of this new baby, but nobody gave me anything to learn how to take care of myself. I just feel like it wasn't fair just to be here talking about Diva Dance, so I decided, you know what, I want to bring these amazing voices, these doctors and scientists and authors that empower me and helped me with their work to not just develop Diva Dance, but realize that I wasn't alone. Where is your diva?
6, 7, 8, right, left, go crazy.
Follow your own music.
So where's your diva? Here.
Being a psychotherapist myself and study a lot of cognitive therapy, I I thought just my thoughts, changing my thoughts was enough. So if I think positive, it would help me a lot, and which it does. But sometimes you are so down, you're going through so much that it's really hard to think positive. Like when your daughter is in the intensive care, and I start looking for ways to bring energy to my body. So changing my diet to a really healthy diet, a diet full of fruits and vegetables instead of going through those, processed food that at the end of the day you don't have any energy and you don't know why. And that's when I started studying how old civilizations they used to heal themselves. And then I came across the work of Dr. Kinney, and he talks about how a lot of civilizations and cultures, they use the body to heal and through shaking, through dancing. I used to dance my whole life. I love to move. And if you start moving and you put your tennis shoes or shoes on, even if you like to jog or run, the energy is gonna come.
Get off the couch. Let's call the community together. Let's bring the drums.
After 20 years of practicing family medicine, it became very clear to me that a lot of what I was saying had directly to do with a person's activity level.
There are a couple studies at Duke University that have shown that people with major depressive disorder, now this is, major depressive disorder is about people who can barely get out of bed.
We know that exercise helps virtually any condition that you might come in with, from fibromyalgia to low back pain to depression to anxiety. And in fact, the reason most of us exercise is because we feel better. And I think all of us know the feeling of when we're active. And I think one of the first things we as physicians and other healthcare workers need to do is encourage them to get off the couch, get active, try that first, and then we can go to medications.
So they compared people who were exercising and people who took antidepressants such as Prozac, okay? And they found out that the people who exercised did as well or better than the people on the antidepressants without the nasty side effects.
Patients will go through and get their stomach stapled to try to lose weight, but you can't get them to do a regular exercise program. It's mind-boggling to me.
If there was a pill that had all the proven health benefits of exercise, you would be taking it every day.
When I was a graduate student at Harvard Medical School, I was so nervous and worried. And what happened was that I developed all kinds of stress-related illnesses. So I had really serious migraine headaches. Then I got stomach aches that was so bad it was like having a migraine of the belly. Well, here's what happened. I went out, I found a yoga course. Within 6 months, all of my stress-related symptoms had gone. And suddenly there I was in perfect health and in a much better frame of mind.
There's so much emphasis today on the way the brain works and in how the body works, in how the spirit works. When in essence, they all are integrated naturally together without you doing anything.
We all women, we go through moments that it's tough and it's hard, and even that we feel alone, we are not alone. We are all connected, I think, in the same sisterhood, Living in Fargo, North Dakota, sometimes you cannot go out and jog because it's 20 below, but you can dance no matter where you are.
It's not just our mind that influence our body, but our body influence our mind. And that's what we are going to experience now with Diva Dance.
Sometimes you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to look yourself in the mirror and you're not going to like what you're seeing because that day you're not feeling great about yourself.
Maybe, what happened is that you simply forgot somebody's birthday, that's all, because you're busy. And suddenly you go from that to, I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good mother, I could do everything much better, I don't think my husband likes me anymore. And that's called pervasive thinking.
And if that thought's not going to be useful for your life, why you are going to carry with you?
1, 2, I am hot.
Express your soul. That's the goal of the whole Diva Dance.
The routes to happiness are well established. Find work you find interesting. Have a child. Find a lover.
Dance, move, go out in nature. Read something that inspires you. But it needs to be just for you.
The key to dealing with unhappiness is to be prepared, to have a philosophy of life, to be able to deal with the blows as they come, and to be able to kind of navigate them and to go keep moving forward.
Thinking about how good you're going to look if you exercise for a while, how wonderful you're going to feel spiritually, physically, and emotionally when you exercise afterwards.
If you do that, you will do more to improve your health than any treatment anybody could give you.
Your heart will be open, and the nectar from that will go out more easily to all the people around you.
Diva, the definition in the dictionary is divine. The definition of divine is power, and power is energy. So I think we are here as a vessel of energy. And if you really want to be a force for good for families, for our communities, for our kids, we need to be powerful. This world needs divas.